The energy you hold against others becomes the weight you carry. Your resentment is a boomerang, it always returns home. Bless these burdens for their lessons, release them with understanding, and allow them to teach you about yourself. Then watch how freely you move through the world. Hello, my friends. Welcome back. Grab your gloves because we're about to pour some magic. My name is Tammy, and I'm so glad you joined the cast with me today. Today is a collaboration that me and several other artists get together and do on Wednesdays. It's called Coasting Through the Week in a Coaster Mold. I'm going to be using these coaster molds right here today. It's 4 of them, and then they have a holder as well. Someone sent me this set and said they'd like to see some inspiration from me using this coaster set right here. This coaster set is a little on the unique side, and what I mean by that is I'm not quite sure how this coaster is going to perform when we demold it. I don't know how a cup is going to set on top of that. We have a little bit of a 3D look going on here. One flower like this, these petals on top of those petals kind of thing. So, yeah, we're going to see how that's going to work. We're also going to be using my octopus fluid inks in a different way this time. Instead of using one of the whites that I have, the sinkers, this is all of the sinkers that Octopus has, or they're all the ones Laura carries in her shop. I'm not quite sure if it's all the ones that they have. But I have Milk, Snowflake, Enoki, and Pom Pom. We're not using these today. We're going to drop this Lorez Angel White pigment paste in with our Octopus fluid inks and see what we get. I think that's going to be so much fun. So first we need to start out with using my sparkle diamonds in gold. I just got these in Happy Mail from Kathy. Thank you so much, Kathy. We're going to take a few of these and place them in those little holes right there. Do you see them? I hope it's going to work out. And these are going to dance around and sparkle. And then that center there, we're going to dust it in with Let's Resin's Chrome Powder in the color Bronze, because I think that will match these really well. And then I have a beautiful tattoo here that says, if I had a single flower for every time I think about you, I could walk forever in my garden. This set is going to be for my sister. Are y'all ready to do this? Let's go. First, I thought we would go ahead and get this tattoo put down in here first. And that way, you have to peel that film off of the top there or else it won't work. So I'm going to place it in here. All right, that's how they go in and out. So let's place it like this. Maybe. Okay. And I'm just going to really wet this paper towel here. That way we won't have to let the mold dry. We won't be getting water in there. So I'm just going to place it down there like that. Put pressure on it from the other end. Let me get you down so you can see what's going on. I'm just going to slide it right on off of there like that. Ruh-roh. I didn't think about that. So it's going to be Yeah, I guess you'll have to turn it over and read it. And that's okay. I wanted it to be seen on the other side and not this side. So, yeah. What a bummer. Oh well, I'll tell her you have to take a mirror and read it. So what I was going to do is take this 1 hour Promise epoxy and pour it on there to seal it in. I guess we'll go ahead and do it. I'm going to spritz some alcohol on there. And then we're just going to pour a little bit of this on there. Not much, just enough to seal this. And that's it. It's probably not going to matter. But we'll go ahead and do it just as I'd planned. So this is what we're going to do. I'm just going to take some out of there and I'm going to drop it on my paper towel. Like that. And then brush it onto my mold. Just like that. Now I'm going to show you the benefit of dropping it on that paper towel and cleaning it off. Look at this. There are no flyaways on my mold. None whatsoever to clean up. Because we use this paper towel to dust off any extra that might fly around in the mold. So that's a useful tip for you. Now we're going to go ahead and get these put down in our mold here. I opened that bottle, that little pot over this mold right here. That's how that got in there. All right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take a little dip in that resin and I'm just going to drop it right down into each of these holes here. Not much, just enough to hold our sparklers in there. Just like that. Okay, I used the rest of that 1 hour Promise epoxy to fill in some of my inlay boxes. So no waste there. Now we're going to take our sparklers here and drop them down into our piece. Okay, I don't know if you've seen in the video, I knocked it over. My gloves were sticky, and when I went to shake it, yeah, my glove attached itself to it, and boom, they went all over my table. But I cleaned them all up. Everything is good to go, so we wait on this to cure, and then I will meet you back. See you later. Oh, and before I go, we need to put this down here too, and I'm going to spritz it with some alcohol to pop those little bubbles that I see. Yeah, so that looks good. All right, I will see you later. It's been 1 hour later, so I have some cups out here, and in each of the cups I have probably about 10 mils of resin, and hopefully that's going to fill up these first petals right here. So we're going to do that with the Super Sparkle glitters. These are reflection glitters, and they're my favorite from Laura's Art Corners shop. I will drop the link down below and my coupon code up above if you would like to try these out. So I picked out blue, red, green, and pink. So let's go ahead and drop these down into our resin and get them stirred up. Okay, we're going to let them sit and degas for about 3 minutes, and then we'll go ahead and pour them into the petals right here, our first layer of petals. Then we need to be mindful of the alcohol inks that we drop in on each coaster. We need to make sure that it matches the glitter that we put in there first. But I want each of them to be different. Okay, I think we're ready, so I'm going to go ahead and spritz my coaster with some alcohol, and that's going to help out with the bubbles forming on our petals. And then let's go ahead and drop in the blue. Okay, that looks really good on that one. I have a little bit left over, which I suspect I'm going to have in each of them. So I'll have to find a mold for us to put those in. I definitely don't want to waste them. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of these the same way. I like how they're coming out of the petals just a little bit. Can you see what I'm talking about? Let me get you down a little bit. You see how it's coming out just a little bit on each? I love that look. And I'm going to help this one out just a little bit. There we go. Okay, I filled this up with the leftover resin. Just filled in some areas. I don't know what this is. I've never casted in it before, but it looks like a little basket that you put together and maybe put these things around it. I don't know, but we'll see. And then I filled in these little butterflies. We're going to work on the base. So I got my resin mixed up here. I don't know how much it's going to take, but I only want to fill up the sides right now. The sides of it, because I want the back here, the bottom, to be able to be seen. I want that you to be able to read that. So I don't quite know how I'm going to do it yet. So we're just going to squirt some resin down in the sides here to help with the bubbles. Just turn it upside down and back around. Now the glitters we put in there was red, pink, green, and blue. So I got pink, red, green, and blue. Lagoon, green apple, strawberry, and hot pink. And then to sink the inks, I'm going to do enoki. I don't know how this is going to turn out, but we're going to go for it. I'm going to go ahead and drop the resin down. Turn that upside down and let the rest of that leak out, and I'll do something with it. Okay, I'm going to use my heat gun a minute, but I can't use it for long because we don't want a whole lot of heat on it. That'll make it cure faster. And if it cures faster, then the bubbles that are in it won't have a chance to rise and make it to the top. So let's go ahead and drop our inks in there. And hopefully this will turn out beautiful. I have no idea what it's going to look like. That's the crust from the lid. The crusty roos. Alright. Oops. Oopsie daisy. Now this is the lagoon. And the strawberry. And then the green apple. I'm just going to put a little bit there. And might as well do another pink right there. Do a little bit of green. I didn't want that much. Okay, let's get a little bit of the red on there. Ooh, that's really dark. There we go. Maybe that'll look all right. Okay, I'm going to drop a little bit more of the ink in. Now we're going to drop our white. Okay, now the fun part. Watch and see how these inks sink. I hope it turns out pretty. I have no idea what it's going to look like. I have absolutely no idea. But I can redo the holder if it turns out really awful. I just hope it matches the coasters. I wonder if we should put a little bit of resin over the top of it. Just a little, to help the inks out a little bit. There we go. Tiny beads down in there. Drop some down in there. Like these. If it would be really pretty, the ink travel down with it. I'm scared to do it though. Let's try it. We can always make it over, right? Let me see if I can get y'all down so you can see. Watch this. Okay, I'm going to drop one right here and I want you to watch. Let me get you right. Okay, you ready? Here goes the bead. It's coming down. Watch it. You see it? Right there? Let's do some more. I mean, we're invested in this now. There's no turning back. Let's put one there. This is so cool. See if I can turn it around without messing it up. There we go. Maybe you can see a little bit better now. And see, when I moved it, it got some ink right there in the way. I want her to be able to read that, so I'm trying to keep it away from there. So I'm just going to clean it back off around that area. Keep pushing it away from it. There we go. I don't care what it does as long as it doesn't get in that area. Because I'm just going to pour, I think clear resin over the back so that can be read. Alright, I'll see you later. We got in some happy mail. Can y'all believe it? Wow, I have been so blessed these past 2 weeks. This is just amazing. Y'all are so good to me. So sweet. Okay, this says Happy Mail on it, but it's got Laura's art corner on it. And I was not looking for anything from Laura, so I'm not sure what this is. So let's see here. Tammy, one of your favorite subscribers sent you a gift. Aw. Kathy Skipper said to enjoy the gifts, and she wanted to let you know how much she enjoys watching you create. That sounds like a kudos to me. That's awesome. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you so much. This was definitely a joy to receive today. Absolutely. Because anything from Laura's shop, I know I'm going to absolutely love it. Oh, she gave me a little refrigerator magnet to put on my filing cabinet right over here. Isn't that cute? Thank you, Laura. Okay, let's see what Kathy sent us. Just going to poke a hole right here. And one there. And there. Oh, wow. Ooh, we got the rose sparkled diamonds in gold. Oh, aren't those beautiful? Wow. Now these sparkle underneath the resin. Aren't those beautiful? Oh, I can't wait to try these. Ah, I got one of the new inks from Octopus. It's pumpkin. Wow, I didn't have this one. Thank you, Kathy. Oh my goodness, I don't have wisteria either. Wow, that's awesome. Thank you so much. Oh, I do not have this color. Pink Lady Opal Flakes. These are beautiful. Look at that. Wow. These are always amazing. Iridescent Opal Flakes. Aren't they beautiful? Look at that. These look stunning in anything you create. They can make anything dazzle. So beautiful. Thank you so much, Kathy. And then we have one more thing in here. What is this? It's tied with a little bow. What could it be? Let's see. Oh, Laura's Art Corner. That is so cute. And it's got the little thing on the tip here where you can use it on your tablet or your phone. Wow, that's awesome. Thank you, Laura. I love pens. I love me some pens. Put that right over there. Thank you so very much. So very much, Kathy. Let me get you in my giveaway container here. Here we go. Let's try out Laura's pen she sent us. Ooh, it writes good, my friend. Like butter. I love me a good writing pen. Okay, Kathy Skipper. Gifts from Laura's shop. All right, Kathy, I got you in there, my friend. I gave you 6 entries. Thank you so, so much. These are going to be so beautiful. I can't wait to use them. And now I have the sparkle diamonds in silver, and then I have them in gold. So I'll be fixed up for a while. Thank you. Thank you so much. See you later. To show you this, I was cleaning out some boxes in my house. Spring cleaning, you know. And Guess what I found? I first started resin a long time ago. And one of my favorite things to make was dominoes. So I found these sets. And I wanted to show you. These have pineapples and flamingos in them. I probably still have that same glitter floating around here somewhere. Probably not much of it left, but I guarantee you I've got some in my craft room. Wow. When I found these, it just brought back so many memories of when I first started dibble-dabbling in epoxy resin art. And there was this problem everyone had with them sticking together. But really, you just put them in the freezer and they'll come apart. These, I had these apart. I could have swore I had all of them apart. Yeah, there we go. Because I was talking and messing with them at the same time. Hang on. Okay, I'm back. Then there's this set. I used to put them in these little bags with these little notepads and a cute little pencil. I don't know where the pencils went. But I also used to put them in here and make some cute little things with my Cricut for the top of the boxes. So here's these. And I definitely have some of these in my craft room. Oh, I found that glitter, you guys. I was just looking around and I found it. Right here. Let me show you. It's right up here in a drawer. There it is. I told you. This glitter probably hadn't been used in ages. That is so wild. Then there's these. These glow in the dark. Let me see if I can show you. So, yep, those glow in the dark. And that straight line you was seeing, it's right in there. You see the little butterflies? You can barely see them, but they're right in the center. And then there's these. These are really cute. Aren't those cute? Fruit slices. Just a glitter. With a notepad in there. And then there's these. Did I ever show y'all these? I don't think I ever showed y'all my dominoes. These are really cool. Yep. That's about the time we figured out that the little flakes would really look cool with a black background. These flakes. And then I have one more set, and this set is my favorite. But I'm fixing to take all of these to my local nursing home or assisted living place so they can play with them. Get some use out of them. These are my favorites. I made all kinds of dominoes. Yes, I made tons of them. Who else has made a lot of dominoes? Drop it in the comment section below. I'd love to see some of yours. We're going to go ahead and get our coasters poured. I think it's okay to go ahead and do it now. Yes, they're just a little bit sticky, so they're definitely going to stay put. We don't want it blending with the rest of our coaster. So I mixed up some resin. I only mixed up 4 ounces because I don't know how much we're going to need. And I'm using the Bond Crafter epoxy resin. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. And I will also throw a link down below where you can purchase that resin and my discount code up above if you'd like to give it a try. It's my favorite epoxy resin. I use all different kinds, all different brands, but this one is my go-to. Okay. We're going to go ahead and start by, I need to pick out some colors right quick. So blue, let's do 2 colors and the angel white mixed in with it. I'm going to go ahead and spritz my coasters with some alcohol, and that's going to help out with the bubbles forming on the edges of my coaster and the bottom, which will be the top when we demold it. We're working backwards, and you're usually working backwards in a mold if you're new to resin, and that's not the case all the time, but that is the case most of the time. So I'm going to go ahead and drop some resin down in here. Just gonna put it right here in this. I'm gonna spritz it with some alcohol. There we go. Okay, I'm going to use my heat gun and run it through here right quick and pop any of those surface bubbles that's in there. And then, when we get this one poured, when we top it off with the resin, because it'll hold about that much more in the mold, we'll add some glitter to it. So I'm going to go ahead and move it out of the way so we can get these coasters done. Okay. We definitely got some stink brown going on in our coaster holder. Yep. 2 colors mixed together make brown. What are they? We got kind of like close to a brown right up in that area. And then the other looks kind of burgundy on this back here. But I don't think it's going to affect the rest of our coaster. But we did kind of get it here. And the reason we got it, I know that red, yellow, and blue makes brown. But I didn't really, I don't know if I guess I put the red and the blue too close together when I dropped it in there. And also, this red is not a true red. It's probably got some orangey tints in it too, so that didn't give us any help. That didn't help us out any. So yeah, that's why we got that murky brown looking right there. But that's okay. Like I said, it's going to be on the other side. It's not going to show. So let's just make sure we don't do that again on our coasters. So we have blue here, so let's do like a pink and a purple in with that blue. I think that would be pretty. And I want to try out my new alcohol ink that I got from Kathy, Wisteria. So let's see what it looks like. I'm super excited. I'm going to get you down so you can see. I'm going to move that blue right here. Now I'm going to drop in the hot pink. And then we're going to leave that one alone. We're not going to add anything else to it. So let's scoot another one over. Let's do the red. Let's do yellow with the red. And nothing else, just yellow. Okay. Now the green. I'm going to do this carrot and marigold in the green. This is marigold I'm going in with now. That first is carrot. Isn't that a beautiful color? That marigold is really pretty with that carrot, isn't it? I should have used my new pumpkin. I got some little crispy cruds from my lid. I need to quit opening them over my coasters because the crusty crews are getting them in there. And what I mean by that is the dried up ink from around the lid. Okay, I moved our last one here, and I wonder what strawberry and grape juice will look like together in the pink. Let's give it a go. We won't know if we don't try it, right? These are both heavy inks, so that's all I'm going to put in there. I'm not going to put any more. Okay, we have our resin here mixed up. So let's get our Lorez Angel White pigment paste. I'm just going to dip the tip in there and just get a tiny, tiny bit out. We don't need much, just a little. We only need a little bit of resin to fill our coaster holder up. And I want to put a little bit of glitter in it. So I'm going to use my diamond dust glitter. And I'm only going to just get just a tiny, tiny bit of it. Not much at all. And then that'll just give it a little bit of a sparkle. Because I'm afraid to use one of these, because then it may just look like specks of glitter in there. You know what I mean? Which is beautiful too, but that's just not the look I'm going for right now. So I'm just going to keep it simple on the back with just a little bit of sparkle. Okay, let's go ahead and put our white in. We'll drop you down so you can see a little bit better. So, I don't know how I want to do this. I guess I'll just drop it in certain places. until we get it filled. But I definitely want to get it close to the alcohol inks. Alright, now we're going to take the heat gun and we're going to move through them and pop any surface bubbles. Let me get you down so you can see this. It looks really cool. Look at that. Don't that look neat? Ooh, look at that wisteria. Isn't that beautiful? That is really pretty. Let me scoot this one out and this one in so you can watch the inks as I move them. Should we add another color to this one right here? I don't know. Let's add some green to this one. Yeah. All of them have two colors, and that one we just put one in. And it just looks a little, I don't know, a little different. So hopefully that will bring it up to par with the rest of them. Alright, I'm going to spritz some alcohol in them to pop any surface bubbles. And then we're going to let them sit for about 45 minutes. And then we'll come back and do our wispy woos in there. Alright. Now I'm going to go get the coaster holder and put it right here and we'll finish it. Here it is. And here's our resin for it. There we go. And that's filled up. I don't know how I done that, but I used all my resin up. I didn't have anything left over. Wow. Okay, I'm going to take my heat gun and run it through there, pop any surface bubbles. That glitter looks really pretty in there. I don't know if y'all are able to see it. Can you see it? It's really pretty. So I'm going to spritz that with some alcohol, pop any surface bubbles. And now we wait, my friends. I will meet you all back in 45 minutes and we'll do our wispy woos and our coasters, and then we wait. See you later. I think we're ready to do our wispy woos. So, let's see. I wonder if you can see better if I hold it right here. I'm just going to move around. I just go left and right, left and right. And now I'm going to get out of there. Clean my little stick off. And now we're on to the next one. Put too much of the angel white in this one. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Okay, I'm going to let those bubbles rise to the top, and then we'll spritz it with some alcohol again. We can go ahead and do it now. Pop some of those, and then I'll check it back again in about 15 minutes and spritz them again. Alright, I will see you when it's time to demold, my friend. See you later. Are y'all ready to demold our pieces? Okay, here's my thoughts. Looking at these, I don't know. I don't know if I'm really going to like the way I done these, but we'll see. You don't know unless you do it, right? We're going to go ahead and demold our holder first, and then we could put the coasters in the holder as we go. Okay? I hope this turned out pretty. I think I'm just going to roll it down. That might be the easiest way to get it out. Just roll it on down and then pull it out like that. Get this back in. That's a cute little coaster holder mold. Really cute. Okay, let's take a look. Alright, we knew we weren't going to be able to read that this way. You have to read it from the back. So let's take a walk around it. Oh, that is pretty. That turned out so unique. Look at that. All different colors. Wow. I love how that turned out. Isn't that neat? Look at that. And I'll get you some better pictures at the glamour shots at the end. I'm going to take it outside. That is very beautiful. I love that. What do you think? Let me know. And I might drop a little bit of resin down in here to just give it a little bit of a dome, because I can see that outline a little bit. And I know it's from the resin. But, yeah, I might throw a little dome in there. Okay, let's get our coasters out. And I might throw a glitter dome on the back of these. If I do, I'll let you know, and I'll show it to you in another video. You ready? Oh, that turned out nice. I like that. And look how our pigment paste behaved with the resin, with the ink, the octopus ink. Isn't that beautiful? That effect that we got. Look how it just moves and flows. So natural, like a river. Look at that. Just beautiful wispiness. So very beautiful. Look at that effect we got right here. Look at that. Isn't that neat? That's beautiful. Got a little bit of it right here again. You see that? So very beautiful. Yes, I am loving that. Look at those stones. Just dancing around in that resin. Have you ever seen something so beautiful? Now, every diamond or crystal or anything, glass that you put down in resin, it disappears. You can't see it anymore. But these little things right here, these little guys are magical. Yes, they dance around in the resin. Just like a diamond on the outside would. These are beautiful. You need to get you some of these, my friend. They definitely show up underneath the resin, epoxy resin. I'll throw the link down below for you to Laura's shop. Make it easy for you. And up here, you'll find my discount code you can use to save you some money while you're there, if you'd like to try some of these. No pressure there. Just like to share things that I like with you all. Now we're going to drop this down in our holder here. And then we'll check out how they sit with a glass. Because I'm very concerned about that top flower being risen off of the other one. So I don't know. We'll check it out here in a minute. Let's get through the demolding first. Let me zoom you out one more. There we go. Okay, let's check this one out. Ready? I'm not too keen on that one. But it's pretty. I don't know. I just don't think I like the colors. But maybe it'll look okay when you get the set all together. I don't know. We'll look at it. But it's definitely beautiful. The colors, how they turned out. You can find this angel white resin pigment paste that I'm using at Laura's Art Corner in her shop. She carries it. So if you'd like to try it with your alcohol inks, it makes a beautiful effect. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, we're going to put that one right on in our holder. And then let's get this one out. And if you're enjoying this video so far, please tap the like button for me and comment below. It really helps to get my video out to other people. Thank you so much, my friends. It doesn't cost you anything to do it. It's free and it'll take you just a nanosecond to do it. Woo! Look at that. Now, I like this one. Yes, I love the colors in this one. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, I love what's going on right here. Gorgeous. So pretty. Look at that glitter, that reflection glitter. It's just dancing around in that center. So pretty. Look. Oh, I love that glitter. Love it. You can find that glitter at Laura's Art Corner as well. She has several beautiful colors to choose from. I love that center. So pretty. Okay, let's get this one down in our holder. And then here's our last one. Now, you know this one's going to be cute because purple, pink, and blue always look good together, right? Can never go wrong with these colors. That turned out beautiful. I love how we still got some clear in the coaster too. Yep, that is so pretty. So very pretty. Look at that. Very gorgeous. That looks like a little cat. I'm going to put my thumb on this. And look right there. Its mouth is opened. Little eye. Doesn't it? Cat or a dog? Maybe a squirrel. And that looks like something, but I can't quite make it out. What do you think that looks like? It has an eye, a mouth, or a skeleton of a mouth. I don't know. Let me know what you think that looks like. Oh, wow, that's so pretty. That looks like a real flower going on right there. All in its corner of the world. That's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Look at that glitter. I love it, love it. And there we have it. There's all of our coasters. And if you would like to dome these on the back, you definitely have that room to do so in this set. Because that's one thing I always battled with. Years ago when I first started in resin, I had trouble doming the top and the bottom with coaster sets because they would come with these holders. And by the time you created the coasters, you domed the top and the bottom, they would not fit in the holder. They just wouldn't go in there. So this right here definitely leaves you room to create in those coasters and yeah, just have a blast with it. This turned out beautiful. Very colorful set. I love it. Now, let's check out what's going on with this coaster. The top here. Here's my thought. Your cup sits on these top petals, and then the condensation flows off of that onto this petal. That's what I'm guessing. So, yeah, that's how it works. It definitely fits on there. No issues. So, yeah, it works. It does. So, all in all, this is a really cute coaster set. If you don't have it and you like making coasters, you definitely need to get this set, my friend. And I will link the, you'll find the link in my description box of where I purchased these. And you could just click that link and it'll take you right to it. Easy peasy. I do the work and you just pay for the mold. So, yeah, I love how that turned out. Very beautiful. I am going to dome this bottom here and put some of my glass feet on it. I haven't decided yet if I'll go fancy or frugal with the feet on here. But this is my frugal way. Just some glass rocks. That's it. And you do need to let these fully cure before you let them sit in the coaster holder. Because if you let them stay in there and cure, they're going to, see, I'm having a little bit of a time to get that out. They're going to stick to each other. So, let them stay apart until they cure. See, now look what I just did to my coaster bottom. See that little spot? It happened when I pulled it out of there. They haven't been domed yet, so I'm not going to worry about that. But that's what you'll get if you don't let them cure. It'll mess your coasters up. Okay, I will take some resin and throw on the bottom of here. Since this is a coaster set and it will be used a lot, I'm going to use my Bond Crafter tabletop epoxy resin. Tabletop resin is designed for top coating. Although you can use your regular resin to dome with. You can do that too. I'm not saying you can't. I've done it many, many times. But for something that's going to be used often, you might want to go for a tabletop because it's going to have scratch resistant and all that good stuff in it to protect it. So this was what I'll probably do. Something like this. Right there. And that will lift this a little bit up off of the surface that she's going to put it on. So if her house may be a little hotter than mine, this will not adhere to anything glass. Like if she has a glass table and she sets it on there, it won't attach itself to that and be really hard to get off. We don't want to do that to somebody. No, that would be terrible. And that might make them feel some kind of way about resin art. You know what I mean? So we want to protect that at all cost. We want people to enjoy resin art pieces like we enjoy it, you know? So yeah, protect your pieces before they go off to your customers. That way you will not experience something like that. But I don't know if I'm going to go with this frugal way or a fancy feet way. I'll let you know though. I have several molds that I make little feet for the bottom of my pieces. So I'll share it with you when I decide what I'm going to do. But I do think it turned out very, very well. Let me know what you think about using the Angel White pigment paste. You can also use Cast and Craft to get that look. So let me know what you think about it. And which coaster is your favorite? Which one is your very favorite? Okay, after really looking at these, I really think everything's beautiful here. There's muddiness going on right here. But I know why that happened. I had several balls in my hand that all fell in there at once. And they just, yeah, it drug all that ink together and grabbed it and sunk it. So that caused that muddiness right there. That was all my fault. Had that not happened, it would have been beautiful in that area. But overall, it's for my sister and I know she's going to love it. It didn't muddy around the edges. It's beautiful around the edges. So you can't even really see that because the coasters are going to be in it. But I am going to make a new set of coasters to go in this coaster holder. And we'll make a new holder to go with these coasters because they just don't mesh well together. You know what I mean? They don't. These coasters don't go with this holder. It just didn't work out for me in that way. But that'll give us something to work on next week for Coasting Through the Week. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be exciting. I'm going to come up with something fantastic to switch this around and make it work. And don't forget to cruise on over to my description box and you'll find a Coasting Through the Week playlist. Click on it and it will open up everyone else's video and you can check out how they are coasting through the week. Please check them out. Give them a thumbs up or a thumbs down and let them know how they're doing. I know you'll be classy with it because we stay kind and considerate over here. I love that about our channel. And it's about that time, my friends, for a sweet goodbye. And I will see you in the next video. God bless you. Goodbye, my friends.